Jia Qingguo is director of the Institute for Global Cooperation and Understanding at Peking University.
I think the most important message is that both leaders believe that this relationship between China and the U.S. is the most important relationship in the world and should be managed well from a strategic perspective. So the constructive strategic stability is the keyword.
Let's talk about Taiwan. What is your understanding of the new positioning, as it's called, in China-US relations? I wonder how significant is the change in terminology. Does it really suggest any real change in approach?
Well, I think the Taiwan issue is the most important and probably the most sensitive issue between China and the U.S. And this is the case for many years. And now it becomes more prominent because of the new situation in which, the DPP government in Taiwan has been pursuing a policy of independence, and that's has been causing more and more tension across the Taiwan Strait. And it's a time for China and U.S. to make sure that such kind of activities will not create a military conflict and war in that area.
Is this visit mainly about crisis management of the relationship, or could it be the beginning of a more constructive phase in US-China relationships?
Well, this meeting, I think, is not just about crisis management. It's more about setting the tone for long-term relationship between the two countries. So the key phrase is constructive strategic stability. Constructive means, we would be proactive in cooperation, and we'll let cooperation to be the major aspect of the relationship. And strategic means long-term perspective. So we look at the relationship from broader and long-term perspective. And stability means that we need to control our differences, avoid miscalculation, avoid confrontation in favor of lasting peace.
The words and the iconic images are, in a sense, easy on a visit like this, aren't they? I wonder what concrete outcomes we should be looking for.
Well, I think the successful visit by President Trump is very important and conducive to prolong the stable relationship between the two countries and create the conditions for more stability in the days to come. And I think it also means that China and the U.S. are going to cooperate on a whole range of issues, ranging from economic relationship. We want to make it more predictable and mutually beneficial. And also it means that we would work more closely together on a lot of other issues, ranging from trying to seek early ceasefire and resolution of the Iran-U.S. war, and also Ukraine-Russia war. It also means that we need to work closely together on other issues like, we have been cooperating to help the U.S. to address the problem of fentanyl, which leads to a lot of deaths of American youth, and to make sure that, this is a U.S. problem. China is willing to help the U.S. to deal with this issue, and the list can go on.